Hello, and welcome to Beering in Mind Beer Reviews. Today we'll take a trip to San Francisco, California, and we'll look at a beer from Anchor Brewery. And I went to university and graduate school in San Francisco. The city has kind of a special place in my heart. It is well, it used to be anyway, one of the most wonderful cities in the world, perhaps before all the Silicon Valley money sort of took it over. But that was a long time ago. Anchor Brewery is still there, but they've changed too. They've been purchased by a Japanese brewery, Sapporo, and I think, to my knowledge, Sapporo has a light hand there. They're not interfering with the brewing process. But Anchor was really one of the very, very first American craft brewers. And if you look at me, you can probably tell I go back a ways. And I was drinking Anchor steam beer back in the 1970s when they first came out with their steam beer, and then later porter and a Liberty Ale. And here's probably a more recent one from them. It's called Fog Breaker, and it's an IPA, 6.8% beer, and 50 IBUs, a healthy number there. And this is an American IPA, and it has 127 ratings on RateBeer, an average score of 3.53. and 80 percentile for all beers and 71 for its style. And as you can imagine, IPA is the most popular style on RateBeer, hence there are a large number of beers in that category. Untapped has got 12,631 ratings, an average score of 3.5. So this is a kind of rare instance where the RateBeer and Untapped scores are kind of equal. Generally, Untapped tends to be a little bit higher. Fog Breaker, if you have been to San Francisco, you know that it is a rather foggy city. It's located right on the Pacific Ocean and at the entrance of San Francisco Bay. And so the fog comes in the evening and rolls out in the morning generally, but quite often it stays all day and gives the city kind of a cool cast to it. And the Anchor Brewery is located in a section of San Francisco called Potrero Hill, which has its own little microclimate and in fact is one of the sunniest areas in San Francisco. And so hence the name Fog Breaker. Okay, so this has what are called cryo hops from Citro cryo hops, and these hops are produced. They're kind of done at a lower temperature, so they do a kind of extraction at very, very low temperatures of whole leaf hops, and they separate the lupulin from the plant material and produce a kind of powder that is very concentrated, and so brewers can use basically half the amount of this that they would use of whole leaf hops here. So it produces apparently a character in which the hop bitterness comes out extremely and does not have astringency or a strong vegetal character, which leaf hops sometimes can give. So again, Fog Breaker IPA, 6.8%, 50 IBU. Let's open this one up. The label at the top says, fresh pine and tropical hops with a smooth, clean finish. Fog Breaker is a bright and refreshing San Francisco IPA. Okay, it is very lightly hazy, sort of dark pastel yellow with a healthy 2+ fingers of head on it, kind of spongy head. That has a life of its own. All right, let's turn it around and see what we get here. So passing in front of the light. Carbonation is not terribly visible here. Okay. All right, aroma. Okay, it does have a kind of citrusy and piney, some tropical fruit. It's really wafting up there. Not exactly spritzy, but it's like being pushed by alcohol. Okay. This is a mild tropical fruit taste. Mid-palate kind of floats up the alcohol presence. And some light pininess. Something seems a little bit off. I don't know what it is. It doesn't seem as clean and fresh as an Anchor beer usually can. I'm getting the feeling this was sent over unrefrigerated to Japan, perhaps, and maybe lost something in the transit. Unfortunately, the place I bought it at, it was refrigerated there. Well, it does have a kind of strong fruity character, a little bit off-putting in mid-palate. It kind of gets kind of not rotten, but kind of sourish. Yeah, and then the alcohol thing kind of kicks in late mid-palate, and then it floats away with not so much bitterness. I'm not getting a 50 IBU sense from it. In any case, well, you might want to give this a try, and if you like Anchor beer, give them a go. I think I would like to try this again, perhaps in perhaps next time I go to San Francisco, and who knows when that will be. But in any case, Anchor Fog Breaker IPA, 6.8%, 50 IBUs. Give it a go, and tell me what you think about it. Tell me if I'm wrong about what's going on in this beer. Okay, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.